Today we play with one of the most difficult and powerful herbivore. A dinosaur that if you're able to evade and survive the childhood, you might become one of the most strongest and potent dinosaurs. But growing up to adulthood is not really easy. It takes a lot of hours and there are many carnivores willing to kill you. And with less than 100 hours on the isle, this was not going to be an easy challenge because each dinosaur has its own ability and movement. Something that I had to learn pretty fast if I wanted to survive until adulthood. So grab your popcorn, your beverage of choice, and without further ado, let's just jump straight into the video. Unfortunately, on our first try, we weren't that lucky, but this time we were pretty confident. For my surprise, there was already another baby stego next to me, and the more we called, the more we heard. We team up with this player to raise our chance of survival, but for my surprise there was one more stego somewhere around this area. But soon you guys will see that these stegos were actually friends. We had to search through the dense foliage and bushes to try and find that stego, because the only way that we could actually find him is through the call, but luckily we managed to find him right before sunset. After finding our third member, things were looking pretty good. Because playing as a solo stego is not really a good idea, especially if you're a baby, but having at least 3 stegos can raise your chance of survival. Once everybody was ready to migrate, we decided to leave, venturing out through the dense forest and mountains. And I will be honest, I do have a good sense of direction, but when it comes to the isle, for some reason I always end up on top of mountains and cliffs. So this time I decided not to take the lead and follow my fellow stegos. And oh boy, what a mistake that was. For the people who play stegos or played stegos, you know probably already everything, but for those of you who are new just like myself, the stego doesn't really have a good night vision, so we don't really know where we're going to step on. We might fall off a cliff, we might slide down a mountain, so we are not really safe. And I soon realized that my fellow stegos were also new to the game, so the fun trip became a dangerous trip. Throughout this little adventure, we became rock climbers, going up down from mountains, sliding down from valleys and hills, not knowing if we were going to actually get to our destination or survive. We managed to avoid a few close calls, but unfortunately, rock climbing didn't really go well. You see, as soon as we were arriving at our destination, unfortunately, one of our stego friends slipped and fell to his death, reminding us that the real threat is not really the carnivores but the terrain and mountains itself. So for our dear stego, may you rest in peace. After climbing rocks and mountains and sliding through valleys for about 20 minutes, we have finally reached our destination and migration, the swamp. Now, I personally hate the swamp because it is pretty confusing and I died a few times. But now we had bigger problems. We were only 2 baby stegos with no diets and also with no food on our stomachs. For our luck, although I hate the swamp, here things were going to change for the better. This was almost like a stego paradise. Unfortunately, these two sub-adult stegos didn't really want to join our group, so we had to split up and continue on our own. But still, things were looking pretty good. If you ever wanted to participate in one of my The Isle videos, or any other videos, make sure to join my Discord. Link will be down in the description below, because sometimes I reach out for the community to try and help me making these videos, or maybe teach me. So if you guys are interested, don't be shy, just send me a message on Discord and we can arrange that. For now, it's time for us to part ways and maybe hope that we can survive. While enjoying my free time with our little stego friends, I soon saw some pretty turn of events. A small group of 3 dilos was trying to kill a solo baby stego. He managed to kill one of the dilos, but lucky enough, our group was there to help him. Although we were still juvies, we did have the power to kill them. And so one by one, they started to fall. A beginner's mistake laying next to the fight, making that a pretty easy kill for us. But now we were dealing with a more professional player. He knew how to bait, move around, and also the timing of our attacks, making it pretty difficult to hit him. I soon saw one of our stegos running into a valley. For me, I thought she was scared and lost control and decided to run, which would be a very bad idea, but I soon saw what she was trying to do. By using this straight narrow gap, the only way that this dialogue could go was up and down. But even so, he managed to avoid all of our attacks, until he decided to make a fatal mistake. You can probably say that taunting usually works. And we were all celebrating in the chat our victory battle. But unfortunately, our celebration was cut pretty short because another predator was near the area. This time, a Sarah appeared, followed by his little baby hiding somewhere around. I got pretty hasty, spamming my attacks without thinking, and because of that, I got penalized with a bite, dropping my HP to yellow. Because of a previous attack, the Sarah was also badly injured, letting us live. But luckily for him, there's a lot of dead bodies that he can feast and hopefully feed his baby. As for us, we just decided to stay in the valley where our flanks were secured and decided to heal a little bit. After a big break, it was time for us to move to another migration. And good news, the stego that died from that cliff was finally reunited with us, and so we had a 5-man group. Throughout this long migration, we lost only one member because he had to log out. And we were almost about to hit sub-adult, which I thought it would take a longer time with only 2 hours of gameplay. But because it was getting late, it was time for me to wrap up our little video. I'm pretty happy that I've played the Stego because I am pretty fond of difficult animals to play. And although the Stego is pretty strong, if you play it solo, it can be very harsh to survive as a baby. Luckily, I found these random people who we managed to form a big group and bond throughout the 2 hours that I've played. And so, one by one, we started to log out. Not before getting interrupted by a Sarah. If this video gets to at least 200 likes, I will consider making a part 2 of a Stego video where I will play him from the sub-adult to adult stage and see if I can survive. And don't forget, if you ever want to play with me or participate in my videos, make sure to join my Discord. But without further ado, hopefully you guys enjoy this Stego video. Hit that like if you guys really enjoy, that subscribe if you guys are not yet subscribed because it helps a lot, and a comment for the YouTube algorithm. Kato here, and I'll catch you guys in a next The Isle video. Take care and peace.